I could say it's you because I have a passion for also getting to know people from different cultures, people with different backgrounds. And when Chassot told me that there's the opportunity to meet you today, I thought, yes, that's what I want to do. So my objective is not only to explore maybe a topic together that I brought with me, but also to get to know you a bit, where you're from, your aspirations, the faculty you studies, so maybe we can have a little bit of exchange. I'm amazed by how many people are here, so yeah, but I look forward to the exchange. Okay. Are you all from the same faculty?
No.
Different faculties. So for example, where do you? Computer science. Okay. Psychology?
Linguistics.
Philos. Okay. Linguist. Yeah. And? Management. Okay. Yeah.
Also computer science.
Also computer science?
Economics.
Economics. Okay. Yes. Wait.
Software engineering.
Software engineering. Software engineering. So, okay. A lot of very smart people here in the room. Okay. There are many rejections, but I think from the failures we also learn a lot. So the failures are a good chance, but just in a moment it doesn't feel like a good chance. Yeah, but yeah, I failed many times. Yeah. Okay.
How you felt at the time? How you felt when you failed?
How I felt in the moment? Not good. I felt miserable, but then, yeah, if you maybe think about that failures really give you a lesson to learn, and you try again and with a lot of determination, I believe without failures we wouldn't make progress, I believe. So failures are important. Okay, Daniel Kahneman is a psychologist, and what's very unique about him is that he was the first psychologist to win the Nobel Prize in economics. And he has written many fantastic books, and one book in particular that is very interesting is called Thinking Fast and Slow. Yeah, so I've heard yes. So somebody of you has heard? Yeah. So we have some experts here, maybe you help me a bit today. And I try to give the main reasoning of the book that Daniel Kahneman brought forward in his book, which is that our thinking takes place mainly in two systems. Yeah? System 1 and System 2. Yeah? And in System 1, it's our fast thinking, our very intuitive thinking. We don't have really control over it. For example, if I ask you, please, to catch the ball, yeah? You do it very quickly, you don't think long, it's intuitive, yeah? And you don't really have control over the decision. You caught it. So, other example, if I tell you 2 + 2, you come up with 4 very quickly. Or if I tell you, think about a person you love, you like, then also some ideas come up very quickly, you don't have really control over it. So that's System 1. On the other part, System 2, it's our slow thinking. It's our conscious thinking, where we think really rational. Yeah? So it takes also a lot of effort to use this system. Question to you, where do you think most of our thinking takes place on a daily basis? Is it System 1 or System 2?
System 1.
System 1? Who of you thinks also System 1? Yeah, some others. Who of you thinks it's System 2? Okay. Some other hands. So it's really System 1. Why? Because we don't need so much energy for the System 1. It's intuitive. However, major life decisions or complicated mathematical problems we solve in System 2. The problem with System 2 is that, as I said, it needs a lot of energy. So we often go into System 1, which is biased, and we make errors. Maybe 1 to 3 cognitive biases to explore together with you. And yeah, in total there are 180 cognitive biases. I won't go through all of them today, but maybe let's explore 1 or 3. The anchoring bias is when we rely too heavily on information, on the first piece of information that we receive. And even though we receive later on more relevant, more important information, we still stick to the first piece of information, and our decisions will be skewed towards this first piece of information. Sounds maybe a little bit of abstract now to you, but let me give you an example. 2 months ago, I wanted to buy a bicycle. So I went to the bicycle store and I asked the salesperson to show me a bicycle. And then she showed me a really good bicycle, very professional one. And then I asked for the price and it was 1,000 euro. Way too expensive for what I wanted. And I asked to show me also another bicycle, maybe a little bit cheaper. And then she showed me a very similar bicycle. The gear was maybe a little bit less professional, but apart from this, it was nearly the same bicycle. And the price was just 400 euro. So with the anchor of 1,000 euro, I thought 400 euro is quite cheap, reasonable. And without further thinking, I bought the bicycle and went home. I was happy this day. The next day, I saw the same bicycle that I bought for 300 euro at sale at a local retailer. So I was a bit angry on myself why I didn't do more research, more maybe system 2 thinking, and why I decided too quickly that 400 euro is okay for me to pay. So that's one example of the anchoring bias, with 1,000 euro being the anchor in this example. Another example, and you know it probably from every day, it's price tags. When you go to the supermarket and you see apples or other groceries, 4.99 crossed out and then 2.99, 4.99 being the anchor. We know it from every day. It's called social proof. It's also, I believe, an easy to understand bias. It's when we like or do things just because others like or do things. Yeah, in other words, we think the actions of others are correct. We follow the crowd. And I myself, I fall often into this thinking when I want to go out to restaurants. I always check before, hey, what do other people think about the restaurant in apps? What's the rating and reviews of this restaurant? And for me, for example, when I look at Google Maps, you look at Google or at Yandex more?
Mostly Google.
Google? Okay. I think both have a 5-star rating and review, right? From 1 to 5 scale. How is it for you? On a scale from 1 to 5, when do you say that's a good rating? How many stars? 4? At least 4 also? 4 and between 4 and 5. So
4.2.
4.2.
But they are also expensive.
Some are not, right? There are also cheaper places that are also dependent on ratings and reviews, I think. Yeah. Sometimes I also check then who did the rating and review to see if it's really credible, and I also have figured out.
You cannot only rely solely on the 5 or 10 reviews.
Yes, yeah. Somebody for you, yeah. 100 plus. And I believe it depends heavily on the segment you are into. For example, in Western Europe, car insurance for a insurance company maybe 3.5 stars with 40 reviews enough. But for our local restaurant where I grew up, at least 4.5 stars and at least 100 or more reviews. Other examples? Yes.
I know you love Palo.
That's a really good start.
We have come along Osh Center, where good, delicious palo is made for people, and people in any age, for example, from 20 to 60, goes there because it's #1 center where people can taste delicious palo.
Okay.
I recommend.
Yeah, I recommend you want to socially prove the plot. Yeah, that's a nice, thank you. And that's also a bit why I'm here. I want to understand about Tashkent, about Uzbekistan, so thank you for recommendation. Yeah. And I believe another law of social proof is influencer marketing also.
For instance, in some advertises, there is a sign of #1 in Uzbekistan, for instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think it actually works sometimes.
Yes, that's a very good example also. Yes. Your colleague said, for example, yeah, being #1 or so many people, already 100 customers have bought from us. We are the #1 in the, for example. That's also a form of social proof. Yeah. Influencer marketing, yeah.
I have one more example, maybe it's not correct. In these days, social markets are developing day by day, and that's why maybe influencers, bloggers, or famous people, they can recommend some brands, and usually people follow them.
Yeah.
It's also the case.
Yeah, exactly. Also, yeah, it all play. So I think we get a sense now, and we understand what social proof about. Maybe some concluding comments also, what we can do not to fall into the errors of thinking, the biases. Yeah? What we can do, how we can prepare ourselves. And one recommendation I hear is that we, first of all, slow down when we have important decisions. Because we said there are two ways of thinking, fast one, system one. Here we make also sometimes mistakes, errors, cognitive biases, and then we have system two, the slow thinking. And we want to get into this, maybe also sleep one night over the decision when it's important. The second one is always when you make a decision, find pros and cons. Yeah? So find arguments in favor and arguments against. Even if you think, hey, I'm already decided that's a good decision, I go for it, maybe go back one step and think, do I have collected also arguments against it? Yeah? Makes sense? And also in meetings, when you sit together in a group and want to come up with a group decision, and the path is already in direction of, hey, we do together option A, maybe let somebody in the room also play the devil's advocate. Do you know what it is? It's a person that not necessarily really thinks that the decision shouldn't be done, but he just acts as thinking. So he puts him or herself against the decision to have another group dynamic and to really ensure that you have looked at the problem from all angles. And maybe a last one, don't make important decisions when you are in a bad mood. Because research has also shown that when we are in a bad mood, we often fall into cognitive biases. And when we are in a very good mood, the same can happen. So you're better in a neutral mood when you make important decisions. And maybe one last, okay, so now we stop here. I slow down a bit. And I ask if you have any other questions. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
What if you're not in a good mood,
Yeah.
but you have to make a decision?
Yes.
There is a deadline, and you have to
Good.
make a decision. What should I do in this case?
What do I do now? What do I schedule? What do I delegate? And what do I delete? What do I not do? And a matrix that is very famous, and maybe you can look it up after the class, it's the Eisenhower matrix that helps you to find the right decision in what is important and what is urgent, what is not important and not urgent. So, but if I really decide it's urgent and important, I have to do it now. Yeah, then I have to do it now. Maybe I don't. Maybe I have to listen to a sad song when I'm in a too good mood. I don't know. We come up with creative solutions, but good question. Yeah, sometimes you have to do it, even though maybe your mood might be too bad or too good. Yeah. Yeah.
One statement and one question.
Yes.
I am ML engineer, I like my job, but I think these days AI is affected to the new generation because for decision making, sometimes they're asking for LLM models like ChatGPT or Gemini or others, and I think they're losing kind of ability to make decision plus critical thinking. That's my statement. And the question is related to business. What do you think, how AI is affecting to the business nowadays?
Yeah, I'm not an AI expert like Shahzad is, but we also discussed yesterday about how AI will impact business in general. Of course, there will be new jobs, I think. Other jobs will be redundant. But this has always been like this with new technologies. Now it's maybe the biggest change we've seen for the last decades, but changes are always faster and faster. So we anyway have to adapt. One last comment. I'm very happy and thankful that I could be here today with you. And if you want to connect also later on, maybe Shahzad has my details, contact details. If you want to reach out to me in the future, have some questions about Germany, let's connect together. And thank you a lot for being here. Thank you.